Welcome to the second half of KISS Community Connections, 103.1 KISS FM. I'm Phyllis Jones, still your host. Now I'm going to talk to some family members. And, you know, even though I'm the female, I'm still a family member. And they can't say I ain't. Because I worked with them for a long time. Long time. In fact, I think I have something I'm supposed to give back. Because my dad was a 33rd degree Mason, and I have all of his stuff.
Wow.
So, and now nobody's ever told me what I need to do with it. Anyway, for who?
For your son.
I don't have a son.
Grandson.
I can give it to him. Okay, but Masonic Lodge 620 is here, and they do some things in the community. I blasted them a little while ago and told them they don't do nothing. And I said it because I don't know what they do, so I can just assume and say nothing. And I can be true about it too.
No, that's wrong.
I can be if I want to be. So it's your job today to tell me that I'm not. That y'all do more than I see.
Well, I can definitely tell you. First of all, I'd like to say thank you for allowing us to come here and talk about what we do as far as the Pride Clean Lodge number 620. I'm Cornelius Marshall. I am what they call the senior warden, the second man next to the first man. The man, and
the short one.
Well, he's actually tall though, but
no, he's short.
He's short. Okay, we're gonna go with short today.
We're gonna go with short because I'm vertically challenged, so y'all, everybody else is short.
Right, but we definitely have a lot of things coming up in the community, and one of the things we definitely want to emphasize on is our event for the 29th that's coming up for the community. We want to try to give back to those that are less fortunate. And a lot of times we take, the blessings that we have for granted at times, and don't realize that some of the smallest things that we have mean a lot to others. So we want to give back to the community. So we're going to have what we call a family fun day, and we're going to have the kids in the community come out, have fun. We have games to play. We're going to be doing a hula hoop contest, tug of war, egg race, potato sack race, and a 3-on-3 game for them to play, and then we're going to be passing out medals and prizes. And we're also going to feed the community, come out and fill their bellies up. And one of the main goals out there is for us to get these children school supplies. So we're going to our goal is to give out 50 backpacks with school supplies to all the children. And we have a couple of little raffles that's dirt cheap. We may decide to raffle some bikes off and a female watch set, or may just decide to give it away. It's just, we basically just want to give back because we do other things in the community, but one of the things that like I said, we often miss is the true blessings that we have, and that's what you just can't say enough. We have to start giving back because the youth are our future.
So how many years has 620 been doing this?
It's been
it's a man in here. He said he's the worshipful master, and he's trying to be quiet. So, Mr. Worshipful Master who's trying to be quiet, how many years has this been going on?
We've been working in the community for the last 10 years, giving back to the community.
So this has been going on for 10 years?
Yes, ma'am. We should do it at Long Branch Park every year.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, but when I became the worshipman, I decided to bring it to the lodge, and you give it to the kids that's in the area where the lodge is actually at. Because everybody go to Long Branch Park and do it fundraisers down there and events down there. So I thought, don't nobody come off of 10th Street, don't nobody do nothing for the kids over there. Our lodge there, let's do it at the lodge and get the community around the lodge involved. And that's what we've been doing since I've been a worship master for the last 3 years.
Cool. So how much? I'm gonna ask that one. How much does it cost?
It's free.
It's free to the public. People need to know that.
It's free to the public. You can come out, sit down, eat, drink, play dominoes, play cards. We'll have someone actually doing a health assessment. We can check your blood, stuff like that. So it's, like I said, it's free to the community. We welcome everybody to come out. We want to see you. We also are focusing on one of the community centers in the area, Moss Community Center, which is that.
Moss Rose.
Yes, Moss Rose Community Center. We actually focusing on trying to get them involved now. So there's a lot of kids in that area back there we're trying to get to come out and actually be a part of this event as well. And also trying to get them where we can donate to Moss Rose Community Center. I know they're in need of a lot of supplies right now.
That's great.
One of our major requirements. The only thing we ask, because we have the bouncy house out there and everything for the children, the only thing we ask for all parents is that your child has to be present to receive these supplies, the backpack supplies. Yeah. We know integrity. We all have integrity. But we just want to make sure we don't have one person come out there and say they have 10 children, and we give away 10 bags. Somebody else is missing out on that blessing.
Yeah. Also along with what you were saying, I had the Young Boys of Honor on my show. And the Young Boys of Honor live in the area of East Ward, which is not far from where you are.
Yeah, East Ward is one of the elements of response.
Now I'm going to tell you about what the boys in the neighborhood said. These young men in the neighborhood, and they was on the show, they did a whole month. The one thing they don't see is positive men in the area walking up and down their streets. Not at East Ward giving out stuff, but walking up and down their streets. What they see, they said, is they see women getting smacked by men because where's my money, and they see drug use, but they don't see men walking down the street. I think that's a problem.
Yes.
Because if they don't see these young men right here, and they're all fifth graders, they don't know that if they don't see you all, they're gonna become like the men that they do see.
Right.
They don't know that. You know what I mean? They'll say, "Oh, we don't have to," but they're 10, 11 years old. So if they don't see men like you walking up and down the street, y'all hear my hint, right?
Yeah. Right.
If they don't see that, then they won't know how to be.
But one of our goals is to take the flyers. We take the flyers and actually walk down the streets and put them in the apartment complexes so they see us out there in the community. Our biggest thing is we want them to see us in the community. We wear our shirts so everybody know who we are. We represent our lodge always as very professional.
Well, go in the area East Ward Elementary School.
East Ward, like I said, East Ward is one of the schools that we actually sponsor. Every year we give out a free boys and girls bike to the honor students there every year. And that's something we've been doing for the last 10 years. I say last 5 to 10 years. But we got a couple schools we sponsor, Shamir Elementary and East Ward.
I work at Shamir. Yeah. I'm at Shamir.
We must say we do apologize because we did miss y'all this year. Since she did say that, we missed you this year, so we owe you. We might have to give y'all four bikes next year.
Okay, all right.
We owe you, but at the same token, how you mentioned East Ward.
Yes.
One of our members as well has brought up the mentorship program that they have for the young men.
Yeah, Mr. Woodbury has one.
Right.
Yes.
So we also looking into getting more of our members to go over there with the kids, young men, and be mentors to them too as well.
I'm gonna ask you all something that I've asked every male group, bike club, car club. It's something that I think needs to be done. The first day of school, the kids walk over the walkway. I would love to see 2 rows of men on each side high-fiving these kids as they walk in the door. That's simple. That's not a whole lot.
That's right.
But that's an impact that you put on that child. One, they'll figure they came out here to do this for us. That's an impact for that child. It's something that can be done. It's not really hard. But you just line this. It's when those kids walk in the door, high five. Have a good school year. High five. Have a good morning. High five. I would like for men to pick school for male groups to pick a school and just do that.
Yeah.
Because that's very simple. The principals would love it, but the kids, you'll change the heart and the mind of a child.
Yes.
And you don't know whether one of those child or those males or females or whatever that you high five to, you have no idea what that could do. And you're like, well, I just high fived them, but you don't know what that meant.
That's a really good idea. I mean, that's something that's pretty creative.
So Mr. Worshipful Master, I would like you to put that under your hat.
Okay.
And like I said, that won't be hard for y'all to do. And they need to see you with your shirt so they'll know that because if you ask them now what the Masonic family is, they might say y'all give bikes.
Well, no,
we just listen. I'm just saying. They might say you give bikes. But let's say, I know who they are because they high-fived us the first day of school.
I agree.
You see what I mean? That's a bigger, that's not to say the bikes aren't big, but the fact that you took time to be there to do that means a lot to a lot of kids. Right. So, and you might do it twice a year, who knows, but the first day, really? Wow, that's like, wow. That's true. And it means a lot. And like I said, it only take y'all about an hour, less than an hour, whatever, but I would like for all male groups, car clubs, bike clubs, organizations to do that.
Definitely looking at that.
I know he's like, dang, that was.
I mean,
it's a good idea.
Yeah.
And that positive role models what we're looking for.
Right.
So
yeah.
that'd be perfect.
Yeah.
Never thought of first that should be that in this house, how the kids so they see.
Yeah.
Might have to start with your mirror.
We also have another school we're trying to actually start sponsoring them. The junior warden, they can tell us more about it.
He thought he was gonna have nothing to say either. You sit back.
No, we're trying to sponsor Nolan Elementary School. We got another member that his son goes there, and they short men teachers.
Yes.
And they also short men role models. Yeah. So they want to get together, and we're gonna try to work together and try to be a role model for the kids that go to that school.
The kids need it. Yesterday I was at the Killeen Library downtown. And I'm walking out, and I saw this African-American male with a son. I'm like, wow. He turned around like, I said, I like this. He said, what? You got your son at the library. How old is he? He says he's 5. First of all, Dad's head got whoops this big. Well, because one, I realized from talking, nobody ever said that to him. So he's like, yeah, I'll bring him to the library. And because, he went on and on and on. I know he has a business. He went on and on because one thing happened. I didn't recognize him. I recognized him for bringing the son to the library. So for me, that was something small, but for him, it wasn't. Right. So now I know more about this man than ever in life. I know his business. I know, he's like, I've been seeing the wrong people to help get my business started, and I need this. I said, well, you need to talk to this person for this and this person for that. And I walked off. He said, hey, wait, what? I said, what? He said, you didn't introduce yourself. But I said I didn't because it was about you and bringing your son to the library. But I did introduce myself after that. But that was something small. I should have never been the first one to say that. You see what I mean? It shouldn't have been. But I was just wild that he wanted to say the library, I was like, oh my gosh, really? And he said, we do a lot of things together. Now I know everything him and his son do together. Yeah. But you know what? Watch today, he's going to do more. Right. He's going to do more today.
That excited him.
There you go. Yeah. So we need to get back to doing the big things, but the little things too. Especially if we're gonna lead our children of today, because I always say the children of today they're not our future, they are today because they're here right now, and it depends on what we program in as what we get out. Because if we program nothing in, when we get older and they start voting, they could care less about us because we didn't put nothing in there to help them. But I'm glad that you all do what you do. And yes, I was picking on you only because I can, and it's in love. I can, and it's in love because like I said, I have a history with 620. I've done a lot of things with you all, and as well as everybody else. But I've done more with 620 because you all have been the more out there. So y'all have been more out there, and you all have been easier to reach.
Day and night, 24/7. Give us a call because I'm gonna tell you one of the things that I try to sometimes phantom within my brain is what is going on with our youth and why this change and where the switching dynamics is as far as their goals and aspirations and what they want to do. It just seems so different. Of course, we all at each age level. Back when I was growing up, but for some reason, I really believe that just this generation we got to wrap our arms around them and lock them in, because the direction sometimes we're veering left, we're veering right, but at the same token, I think, like you said, we can just do a lot more.
A lot of, and I'll use males since you're males, and I talk to the kids all the time because I work with elementary kids, so I do talk to kids all the time. But the main thing which I'll say is that we older people, we think we've arrived somewhere we haven't. We think having a house, car, paying your bills and go home is all we're supposed to do. But if we remember, our forefathers didn't do that. They worked, ate, took care of the family, and went back to the street. Right. Well, we tend to eat, stay home with our families, stay in the house. We stay in the house. Right. Or we look at the news, look at those children. No, those children are your children. So we don't have a right to stay at home. Did your forefathers tap you on the shoulder and say, it's now okay for you to stay at home? No, he didn't. So my slogan, I always say, until your forefathers tap you on the shoulder and say, job well done, you need to get back out there. Because that's what's wrong with our kids. We think you'll see men, and you know you do. You see men, man, I got me a car. I got it. I made it. Made where? Made where? You didn't make nothing because you don't own nothing. But they soon made it. So our kids grow up with the same mentality, because what they see, this is what they see. Okay, this is cool. This looks pretty good to me, you know. And the worst of men could be the best from what the kids see, because that's all they see.
I agree. And then there's lessons that are not being taught like they used to as well. I mean, you know, school curriculum has changed.
Yeah, it's changed. Yeah,
things have changed. But you know, my biggest thing is, I mean, I see a young kid that's running around with a phone and all these different things, but they don't have anything. You know, my concept is this, which I try to teach my, I have a son. If your phone and your shoes cost more than what you live in, you don't even have a couch in your living room. There's a problem with that. You don't have food in your refrigerator. Where's your mindset at? You know.
Yeah. And then we brought up our kids with name brands. Yeah. So I'm gonna bust one of them out. And I'm not gonna say his name, but I'm gonna say most of our men and young boys want this certain person's shoes. Right. But this certain person invests money in prisons that put you back in jail. So while you buying his shoes,
ain't no more.
While you buying his shoes, he's investing in prisons, and you going to prison, so you funding him twice. So he's sitting up like a fat cat. He makes big and loving it. But young men can't. Gotta have those shoes. So I'm like, look where the money going.
I agree. Never owned a pair. Never invested in a pair.
But that's the mentality that we're teaching our kids.
Yeah, I agree.
You know that you got to have a name on everything that they got. No, you don't. Yeah. You don't. And I'm gonna challenge you three and everybody else. I need you to Google how to sell to a Negro. In 1954, there was a video, black and white, made on how to sell to the Negro. I need you to read it. It was done in 1954. Bad thing is, this is 2017. We're still doing exactly what that video says. Yeah, so so look up how to sell to the Negro, 1954. And you need to look at it. Yeah. And once you look at it, you're gonna do some,
Man up a little bit.
Yeah.
Soul searching.
It do it, because when I looked at it, I sat back. I'm like, we still do that. We still do that. I mean, we haven't progressed from 1954. And for video to say that, I'm not gonna tell you what the video says, but when it says it, we'll all sit to go, I can't do that no more, because it caused you to change everything that you do, because you realize that if we haven't grown from there, how in the heck we gonna get kids to grow?
No, I agree.
So I want y'all to look it up. And I want everybody who listens, just look up that video and watch the whole video. While you getting upset, just keep watching.
I was about to say, I'm going to get upset again.
and keep watching it, even though you, like I said, you're going to go, dang, okay, fine, but just, in the short, but the point is, they were taught to sell to us, and we still do it. Yeah, so we didn't grow. So, like I said, how you going to teach these young boys to grow if you didn't?
I agree. It's hypocritical.
Yeah, because it starts out with the video does start with men. It starts with y'all. It does, and it tells us, and I can see you all do that, especially when you all go buy a suit.
Go buy a suit.
But you want what kind of suit? That's what that video tells you about too.
We didn't want the ones made in Korea, but
but I'm just saying that. But it tells you that your top of the line. It describes that to you. It tells you you're not gonna take. You don't want it on the sales rack. You want that one. But somebody else gonna come in who don't look like you want the one on the sales rack. And it's like a long time ago when, I don't know if you remember when, well, you might not, at one point, Richard Pryor was on somebody else's talk show, and they were talking about his outfit, but they was like, man, them shoes, where you get those shoes from? They named all these stores, right? He got them from Payless.
Richard Pryor?
See, But just think. I mean, they would talk about those shoes. I mean, they were like, oh, how sharp they were, how this or that. Next week, he said, pay less. And he didn't say it like hiding. Pay less. And nobody said nothing after that. Nobody said nothing. Nobody, because what comeback could you have?
No.
Yeah, you know. And he went on and said it was $39.99. He was proud of that. But you think about it, he could afford more, but what did he get shoes from? Why don't you pay less? Now, some people would have ridiculed him for that. But
today they would have, yeah.
But you go look at that video, you won't ridicule him for that. You do, but we can't teach if we're still doing.
That's true.
We can't. You know, so as much as you say, I want to instill into young men, what do you want to instill with them? But what do you want to instill with them?
For all young
No, I said, but when we say we want to, when men said I want to instill into them
value,
but you got to show it, and you got to be it, because I can't teach you something that I'm not doing.
Right.
That's where that community service comes in.
Yeah.
That's where you have to be out in the streets. You have to know what you're doing. You have to know who you are.
Because I'm not going to tell a young girl, we buying that person, I got one. And be like, oh, I can't tell her that because I got one. So, yeah.
But then sometimes your own story as well does, not say for me, it helps. I mean,
it does.
You know, we a lot of us got to where we at because we did work hard. You know, I mean, my first job, I was a janitor.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, but people only see you in the now.
Yeah. Well, you tell them about the past, but you can also teach them, you know, like I said, you're talking about where you're from and how you began. You do tell them that, but you got to remember, too, to be real. Because I used to go to the detention center, and I told the kids on the reason I never went to the detention center because I didn't get caught. I did. I told them I didn't get caught. They were like, well, I just didn't get caught. I was lucky. I didn't get caught. Other than that, I'd have been there with y'all.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, and that's another thing. You're right. We need to be real with the kids. We don't need to let them know we grew up like this overnight yesterday, and bam, I ended up right here. So they need to know. But anyway, I'm glad you do what you do. Keep doing what you do. Just let me know what y'all doing so I can publicize it.
We got one thing we're doing tomorrow, actually.
What y'all doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow we have our monthly nursing home visit in Indian Oaks.
Okay. Sunday.
That is tomorrow. That is tomorrow. Tomorrow's
Sunday.
Okay. It is tomorrow. And what we do, we go down to Indian Oaks nursing home. We play bingo with the residents there and give them little small gifts. We've been doing that for like the past 6 years. But the relationship we have built with these people is like they expect us. They look for us to come because some of them families don't even come visit them.
Right.
When we come down and show them love and play bingo with them and talk to them, they enjoy it. And we need a lot more people in the community to come out and do that because you have a lot of people in these nursing homes that don't have no family members at all. They don't come see them. They just put them and leave them there. Yeah. And once we start building that relationship with them, they look for us every month to come. They come to play bingo. We get that they be wheeling their wheelchairs down the hallway. They know we coming. So, but it hits a lot of us real hard when we there. And we just see how some of them just sit there, and just watch. You know, no family members, no nothing.
That's cool.
Like I said, we've been doing this for so long that it's so personal that you know, sometimes, you know, it's some of them pass. You know, we've seen some pass away as well. You know, that we built bonds with. We come back, you know, the next following month, and so and so is not there. You know, it's kind of heartbreaking because we just seen this person. You know, and then the following month, you know, tomorrow's not promised. They pass away, so we have a really, really good time.
So other people can come with you.
Yes. We open up to anybody who want to come back.
But guess what? We didn't know.
And we publicize it on our Facebook page.
What's your Facebook page?
Product Clean 620.
If you put anything Product Clean 620, you see all the different things we do.
So people can look on your page.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Okay. And then next Saturday, we need to come to Lodge Hall. Next Saturday. Yeah.
29th.
Okay, 29th. From what time to what time?
We're starting at 10 and it's going to end at 4. Okay. But in between there, we're giving away the school supplies from 1 to 3. We got to do the scholarship first. We're going to do the scholarship. We give away.
We also give a scholarship. We give out scholarships to high school students once they graduate to go to school. We do that every year also. We send letters out to the local high schools. Right. And they send us the representative they want. You know, they write a essay. We come down and judge the essay, then we award 3 scholarships.
What's the essay about?
It can be about anything that's going on at the time. We just say the presidential, just say anything. Anything we feel like is a good topic to talk about, we'll tell them this is the topic here. You write us a nice essay up, and we'll sit down and read and go have a couple of people come in and read it, and then we'll determine what the scholarship winners are. And then we send you from just the local area, then we'll send you to the district where you can actually win more money, get more money, then you can go to the Grand Lodge and win more as well.
And you only cover KISD schools?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, that's interesting to know.
And we push it out every year. And we only maybe get 1 or 2 people that actually do it. It's open to every school in the KISD area.
Okay, so let me tell you the real truth. Counselors don't always give out all the scholarship information.
Right.
That's number one. So you might say you get one kid and you might get frustrated at the kid. No, sometimes you gotta look at the counselor. Because just because you give the counselor information doesn't mean the counselor gonna get it out.
Okay, so we didn't know that. We always see the letters out.
Yeah, I, which is good.
Right.
But I'm just like, sometimes you send it and they don't get it. Because if you look at if you go to the counselor's file cabinet where they got scholarships at, it is like a nightmare on Elm Street. So sometimes you might say we're not getting a lot of kids, and that could be your reason. Right. So then it would come up to what you need to do is find kids to go to each high school, or find an adult who's at each high school and say, hey, listen, I need you to make sure, along with giving them to the counselor, I need you to make sure that this filters to some of the kids. So you might try to add on the counselor and a person who actually works at that high school and get them to help facilitate that. And then you'll get more kids.
That's good information to know, because we didn't know that. We give it to the counselor, but we may have 1 student required. And that 1 student win the scholarship. And we still have 2 other scholarships we can give out.
So so try that. Like I said, stick with the counselor, because that's the right way to go.
Right.
But pick a staff person. Hey, can you make sure that every kid and every senior gets this? Yes. And most of we can't hear. Yeah. In fact, they be calling you for more,
because we don't get a lot of kids that come out and apply for the scholarship.
Right.
And we want more kids to come out. But the more we have, that helps us increase what we actually donate to the scholarship.
And also myself, I'm the state education chair for the NAACP.
Oh, we're gonna make sure we keep you on.
So So we can drown y'all in scholarships applications. We can give y'all stay up all night headaches on
our goal is not to keep money.
Yeah, so I can help assist you with that whenever you all let me know who the person is.
Right there.
Okay, and we can link up, and if you don't know a person at each high school, I do. Who would help push them? We have a newspaper that you can print the article in, not that just says you have the scholarships for the high schools. So I can do the article. Well, I'm doing the education article for our paper anyway, so I can include when your scholarships kind of come out and all that. But yeah, that's the way you're not getting a lot of people though, because counselors that is their job, but we got 50 other things to do, and sometimes that is not just the scholarship. That's just not it. But so it's not the kids. It's the other way around.
But I can push that through all the Masonic side, because all of us do the same thing.
Yeah.
But we only get 1 or 2 people recipients required to it every year. So now I know, get with you, make sure we can get more kids involved.
Yes.
We do it here in Copper's Cove, Killeen.
We can make sure you get inundated with people. We can like I said, we can keep y'all up all night trying to figure out how to figure these scholarships out. Yeah. We can do that.
And a lot of the youth programs we always go to Mr. Woodbury. He always give us kids. We also still look for other kids out there outside of Mr. Woodbury's kids that they have sponsor also. Okay. So we do got different things going on in the community where we sponsor youth programs. We got a KOP that we sponsor as well.
Yes, I know about the
kids to get involved in it, but don't know about it. We never get no names.
Because you do this.
Right.
And you don't leave your square.
Right.
Most of us live in this square and we think this is it. This is it. I told these people right here, that's it. Right. No, this is it. So when you come to the Village Mixer next week, the Village is around the corner from y'all actually. Come and talk about that too, because they deal with kids. So just hook up with a bunch of people who are all there. Come to the Stop the Violence. No, Stop the Hate, Make Killeen Great this Saturday too, after your event. It's at Long Branch Park from 3 to 7.
Last they had a couple weeks ago, rain.
No, Stop the Hate, Make Killeen Great. We did Stop the Violence already, but now Stop the Hate, Make Killeen Great. In fact, last year you all donated tables to them. Yeah, so they're doing the same thing.
Actually donated, you was the one that came down.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. So they're having that event right after you all's, and there'll be some young people there. So you all might say, we need to speak.
Right.
So, yeah. All right. So I want to thank you all for coming on. And he said we couldn't take excuse me, I'm going to tell about something. Someone here said that we wouldn't be able to talk this long. I said yes, we would. I won. Okay. But I want to thank you all for coming on the show. And I'm going to help push your event. And when the scholarship time comes, let me know. And we will make sure that you have more scholarships than y'all ever know what to do with. We'll make y'all go get more money to give some more money out. So that's your problem needs to be you don't have enough money to do all this. That's what your problem needs to be.
Right.
Yeah, that's what it needs to be.
We need more than 1 or 2 students, you know. So
that's what I said. Yeah. No, I said so you can have. No, I'm gonna make it where you have so much kids, you don't have enough money to give all those kids.
Right.
So y'all gonna have to go get some more money.
Okay.
To get the kids. That's the goal.
That's the goal.
Okay, good. All right.
We also have to get my junior when talk about it our first Friday.
I want to thank everybody for listening to KISS Community Connections 103.1 KISS FM. I want to thank my guests for coming on, but I want you to always remember, you cannot lead a positive life with a negative mind. We'll talk to you next Sunday. Bye now.